We've all seen regular animals and know what they're supposed to look like, but in some really rare cases, some individuals can get much bigger than you might think. If these giants hadn't been caught on camera, you never would have believed they actually existed. So today, we're changing your perspective and showing you the biggest creatures ever captured. Meet Cassius, the largest captive crocodile in the world, measuring 5.5 meters in length and weighing 2,900 pounds. It is more than the average length of a car. It's not every day you get a chance to witness this kind of beast. I would definitely not hang in its enclosure like that. Caucasian Shepherds are huge dogs known to be confident and watchful, but also loving, affectionate, and loyal family pets. Like Zephyr here, better known as Godzilla. He is nearly 10 times larger than your average dog breed. Have you ever seen a moose the size of a small dinosaur? On the highway in Alaska, there was a giant moose walking around. Just compare him to the SUV on the other side of the road. He's gotta be 1.5 feet taller and just as wide and long, if not more. After struggling for more than an hour, this angler hauls his trophy to the shore for the mandatory photo session. This catfish weighed 280 pounds and was 2.7 meters. That's even bigger than a Mini Cooper. Now imagine you're fishing through the river and suddenly you stumble upon a giant anaconda wrapped around a tree trying to squeeze it to death. With an average length of 6 meters and a maximum length of 9 meters, nearly the length of a school bus, the green anaconda is one of the longest snakes in the world. Meet Odin the liger, a hybrid offshoot of a lion and a tigress. He's 900 pounds and over 3 meters on his hind legs. It is the size of 2 adult grizzly bears combined. Hercules can eat about the same weight as a 2-year-old child every day.
Beautiful baby eyes.
The massive Australian cow named Knickers, who has been spared the slaughterhouse and the dinner table thanks to its sheer size. And there's no arguing that the lad is large. Standing roughly 2 meters, the cow seemed to tower above all others in this video. Weighing in at almost 2,200 pounds, you can definitely call him an absolute unit. Elephant seals are the biggest seals on the planet. But how big are they? See these huge seals riding on the back of a fishing boat? Their bodies are so massive that the vessel appears to be sinking under their weight. This horse breed is one of the largest and tallest breeds in the world. These equines were commonly used as working horses. Big Jake, the 20-year-old red flaxen Belgian, holds the record of the world's tallest horse. The giant stallion stood 2.1 meters and weighed a massive 2,500 pounds. According to his owner, Big Jake's stall was almost double the size of a normal horse. Sea turtles come in many different sizes. The smallest are about the size of dinner plates, while the largest, the leatherbacks, can reach sizes similar to a golf cart. The leatherback is the largest sea turtle existing today, which can reach up to 2,000 pounds in weight and 2.4 meters in size. Like this one here. According to experts, it was slightly smaller than a hatchback car. This is a Barbary lion, the largest of the species. He's walking with absolute zero fear in all its glory and with no ounce of botheration by humans or their cars. From the tip of the nose to the tip of the tail, this lion was 3.35 meters, around the same as a small car. Meet this enormous creature, a Kodiak bear, better known as Brody the giant bear. He's the largest ever recorded in captivity, weighing 2,130 pounds and standing at 2.75 meters. Think about that. Your average ceiling is 2.4 meters, so it is well beyond that. Here you can see a man bear hugging a grown Kodiak named Jimbo. Jimbo isn't as big as Brody, so we'll leave it up to your imagination to think about how big he truly was. Manta rays are the largest rays in the world. They have an average wingspan of 7 meters. Just look at this sea diver. He looks so tiny compared to this giant manta ray. The heaviest manta ray ever weighed in at around 5,000 pounds. It's crazy to think that it's as heavy as a full-grown rhino, heavy enough to need a crane to move it around. This beast is over 6 times the size of a garden snail. It can even grow as long as a human arm from hand to elbow. When fully extended, it measures 40 centimeters, nearly as big as a normal house cat. This is not science fiction, this is real. This video features a truly massive Tibetan Mastiff trying to escape from its cage. He weighs more than 300 pounds, just short of the average weight of an NFL O-line. They were originally used for guarding villages and monasteries and their livestock. Elks can grow to be 1,200 pounds and stand 1.52 meters at the shoulder. Watch this elk show this SUV who's the boss. The largest and heaviest bony fish in the world, they can weigh more than a pickup truck, a whopping 5,500 pounds. It looks like Deep Blue, the great white shark, has a challenger in the pelagic heavyweight division. This large ocean sunfish was encountered by divers off the coast of Malta. Scientists believe it's the heaviest ever discovered. It may be the size of a small dog, but this is not the sort of creature many of us would fancy petting. Yes, this is a giant rat. Experts believe this mutant rodent could be a Gambian pouched rat. They can grow to 90 centimeters and weigh up to 4 pounds. This rat is about 4 times larger than city rats, scurrying through alleys and dumpsters. If that wasn't enough, here's another representation as big as a cat. Would you have this guy as a house pet? The goat is one of the smallest domesticated ruminants, but not this one. This goat is 1.5 meters tall at the shoulder and weighs a massive 692 pounds, even bigger than its caretaker. However, the Guinness World Record for largest goat goes to a goat named Mostyn Moorcock. He only lived to be 4 years old, with the normal lifespan being closer to 15 years, but he reached an astonishing 700 pounds. This giant chicken will seriously freak you out. Named Miracle, this giant lives on a farm in Russia. He stands at almost 1 meter and weighs in at 17 pounds. To put it in perspective, the average broiler chicken in the US weighs just under 6 pounds. This is a fruit-eating megabat found only in the Philippines. It is one of the planet's largest bat species, with a wingspan of up to 1.7 meters and a weight of up to 2.6 pounds. When these wings are spread out, they are as wide as Tom Cruise is tall. Show up. Giant squid prefers the deep sea, so it was a rare treat for onlookers when this giant swam in. Though the squid looks massive, it's estimated to be around 3.65 meters in length and is likely young in age. No wonder the myth of Kraken exists. This is probably the culprit. This swan's aggressive posture with a strange hissing sound will freak you out. Now, see this tense standoff between a dog and a giant swan, showing an act of dominance due to its bigger size. From the tip of the bill to the end of their tail, they measure about 1.5 meters. The strange creature in this video isn't a grizzly, it's actually a huge timber wolf. They're usually around 2 meters and weigh about 175 pounds. But look at this massive one, wandering onto a 2-lane road at Yellowstone National Park. This thing is a beast. I mean, it looks like a dire wolf straight out of Game of Thrones. Alibi dogs are one of the largest dog breeds in the world. Selected over centuries for their power and stamina, they're known as wolf crushers. Males may grow over 1 meter at the shoulder and typically weigh around 175 pounds, but this enormous boy blows up these stats. Who do you think would win, this dog or a wolf? Aldabras are one of the world's largest land tortoises. It is also one of the world's longest living animals, with the oldest one reaching the grand old age of 255 years old. Adult males can reach up to 1.3 meters in length and can weigh up to 770 pounds. Did you know these tortoises move the fastest when they see that lunch is ready? Like these two giants. Check out the size of this gigantic boar standing on its hind legs, rummaging through a bin for something to eat. This fishing guide caught a gigantic sturgeon in a British Columbia river. The rare fish is 3.2 meters long. A fishing kayak is a great example of something that measures roughly the same. This unit probably weighs 500 to 600 pounds. One of the Goliaths of the insect world, this is the Atlas moth, a gentle giant. The Atlas moth is among the biggest insects on the planet, with a wingspan stretching up to 27 centimeters across. That's wider than a human handspan. Tickle Me Elmo III is one fat pig. He's so big, in fact, he won the world's largest male hog competition at the Indiana State Fair. He weighed in at a massive 1,300 pounds. But this one is even bigger, probably the fattest pig in the world. It weighed in at a staggering 2,060 pounds. It took nearly 20 men to lift the huge pig onto a truck for the weigh-in. He is 10 times bigger than a normal-sized pig. Highly sociable, playful, and not afraid of anything in the wild, here's the giant river otter. Check out its confidence coming down to the riverbank to sunbathe as caimans look on while basking just feet away. The giant river otter is often referred to as the river wolf due to its massive size, reaching up to 1.8 meters. That's slightly smaller than these Yaqui caimans. The shoebill is a tall bird with predominantly blue-gray feathers. It has one of the largest bills in the entire world. They have an average wingspan of 2.35 meters. That's about as wide as Shaquille O'Neal is tall. This is an Andean condor. With a wingspan of over 3 meters, the Andean condor is considered the largest flying bird in the world. That's double the size of the average adult human. Check out this huge condor who walks up to this guy and nuzzles him affectionately, then gives him a hug. They can glide for more than 160 kilometers without flapping their huge wings. Former glamour model Annette Edwards was the owner of the world's biggest rabbit, Darius. Darius is a Flemish giant rabbit, which is the largest breed on Earth. This guy is bigger than a baby goat, standing at an impressive 1.3 meters long and weighing 50 pounds. The cute rabbit eats his way through 2,000 carrots and 700 apples a year, a hay bale a week, as well as special rabbit food, all of which costs her $6,000. Is this giant centipede the most horrific pet possible? It normally grows to 30 centimeters, but this specimen now measures 42 centimeters. Centipede bites can deliver enough venom to subdue prey 15 times their size. It's definitely not for the faint-hearted. This steer in Alabama has become a world record breaker thanks to his huge horns. His horns span 3.23 meters. That's wider than the Statue of Liberty's head, which from ear to ear measures 10 feet according to Liberty State Park. While the horns of most steers curve up, Poncho's grew straight. The horns of this African Watusi may not have stretched as far as Poncho's, but in terms of girth, they represented the largest circumference for a steer ever at 95 centimeters. This alien-like creature is giant freshwater crayfish, the largest freshwater crayfish in the world, and it is only found in rivers in the north of Tasmania. Their claws are so powerful that they can take a finger clean off of your hands. Meet Samson, the cat who's been declared the largest cat in New York City. The kitty eats 6 tins of cat food a day and costs $120 to groom every month. Then there's this cat named Kathir. He's so big that he's often mistaken for a dog. And despite its size, the feline hasn't even fully grown yet. Texas is truly its own world, and as the old saying says, everything is bigger in Texas, including their kangaroos, like Jack here. He was 6 feet 7 inches tall from top to tail. That's the same height as the most recognized and popular wrestler, Hulk Hogan. Jack weighed an impressive 200 pounds, almost the same as a well-fed human. This is an African elephant. It is the largest animal walking the earth. Look at how huge he is compared to this van. His tusks alone are bigger than a small car. The largest elephant on record was an adult male who was heavier than 6 cars combined. Imagine the fear this guy felt at the sight of this massive unit that can flip you with a swing of its trunk. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe and watch this one next.